Welcome back, boys and girls, to Azorath Plays. Today we are playing Kerbal Space Program. I haven't played Kerbal Space Program in a long time. I first started at version 0.21, I think, before version 0.23 anyway. But it has been a long time. So today we're going to see what we can do with the Saturn V. I'm going to create a Saturn V replica. Maybe a series of videos, see if we can't recreate the Apollo missions, testing each individual section as we go. Not faithfully, because that requires far too much effort, but certainly in the spirit of what the Saturn V was. So, since you don't need to watch me build every aspect of this craft, we're going to fast forward a little bit here. As you can see, we set about making the top stage first, and had great difficulties working out how to make it separate and have fairings, but decided on a 5-engine configuration, which is what the original Saturn V had, with the stack separator attached to the middle one and the fairing attached beneath it. Various attempts to try and make that go, as you can see, but it's worked out well in the end. Then put a large tank down on the bottom, and again it was meant to have 5 F1 engine configuration. I decided ultimately that the thrust to weight ratio wasn't good enough, so I stuck a giant mainsail on there and some smaller engines to add some boost. Look at that. A few wings to give a bit of a nod, and we're done. Okay, so out on the launch pad now. Throttle up, get ready to go, and push space to go to space. Now you're going to see in a minute that this is actually the first launch. It doesn't go as well as I was hoping. This initial stage goes quite well. Throttle back just a tad to keep the thrust to weight ratios in a decent range, somewhere between 1.5 and 1.7. I think I'm aiming for a tad high on that. But I'm just starting to tip over a tad too much. It's not usually a problem, but it's going to cause a slight issue as we do a very nice gravity turn, but we're going to be going very fast, very low. And though not a disaster, things could work out better. But as you can see right now, everything's going alright. We're halfway through our burn. The initial stage seems to be working exceptionally well. It's got a decent thrust to weight ratio, so it should be able to take on quite a bit of weight in the top with its lander and command module. Perhaps for this test it should have been designed with something slightly more aerodynamic than what is essentially a small lump and then a giant flat surface. And as you can see now, we're starting to pick up a little bit of atmospheric effects. But other than that, things are going okay. We should be fine until we stage. So we're quite flat, but it's still only at 15,000 meters. And as you can see, it's starting to get a tad hot. It's alright, not a huge disaster. Things are going fine. This will all work out well in the end, I'm sure. And here comes the first stage. Throttle down, blow the fairing, lovely, and get ready to go. No, dear. It would seem that being so low has made our craft want to tip into the airstream. Huh. See, I told you things were going to work out well. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, take 2. And we're off to a very nice launch again. This time I'm determined not to go quite so shallow. We're going to be maintaining relatively steep ascent. In a craft that's slightly more aerodynamic, it wouldn't really matter that much, but this one was not designed with much of a aerodynamic nose. 3,000 meters and doing alright so far. We're on our way to 10. As you can see, staying much steeper. That's a great view. 10,000 meters. Now's about the time you can afford to just take her over a bit more. In fact, this launch has not been particularly efficient because she's quite steep, but it's only a test. It's only a test. We'll be getting ready to stage again. Here we go. See, much steeper now. Flatter, rather. All systems prepare for the stage shutdown. Into doubt. Bearings a go. We have separation. Initiate secondary engines. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that beautiful separation there. 40 kilometers up. Now, of course, this stage is packing a lot of fuel, a lot more than she really needs to. In Kerbal Space Program, you can get to space, you can get to the moon, but just the Mark 1 parts, 1.25 meters. These are the large 3.75s, because it's much closer to what I consider Saturn V would be. And look at that sexy engine cluster on the back. 5 rockets there. Yeah, they're overpowered. Well, not really, because the thrust to rate ratio is quite low, but it's a bit overkill for what we're going for, but I think it just looks sexy. This has been quite an efficient test. So let's shut these engines down and coast back home, shall we? Takes us to a nice apoapsis of about 100k. The silence of space. Okay, maybe speed it up a little bit there. There you go. All the way up to 100 and all the way back down again. Here's a good test. Let's see how heat resistant these engines and this fuel tank are in re-entry, shall we? As this is going to be interesting. And already you can see the craft wants to slip into that aerodynamically stable arrangement with all the weight at the front. Oh, and instantly some heat. That's a nice glow. I do like the way that re-entry heating appears on these rockets. You get a little warning, which is going to come up soon, to say things are getting hot. And it goes from things are warm but okay, straight to, oops, it's exploded. With very little in between. There it is. I do have a lot of fuel on board. I could just fire the engines and try and slow down. But where's the fun in that? I want to see some explosions. Come on, explode. It's coming. Feel it's coming. Gonna come any second now. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, look, something flying off. Oh, it's an engine. An engine has survived. Will it live to the ground? Looks like it will, because it's cooling down, or the heating's gone. Oh, nice, look at this. That is lovely. Big thumbs up to squad. They've done an exceptional job, really. This is Serene here, falling to the ground. And that's where we're going to have to leave it for this episode. Thanks very much for watching. Join me in part 2 when we add a command module and see what happens when we try and take this to the moon. I've been Azorath. Have a great day.